So the Olympics, obviously you competed in '96, and I watched you. It was at the Tech Aquatic Center, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It was a
yeah.
pretty cool experience. Most swimmer, I'll start with the opening ceremony. Is swimming is always the first week of the games. It's always the first 8 days. So most swimmers, we taper, right? So you train really, really hard, and then before your event, you eliminate all the yardage. All you do is rest. We're too lazy to go to the fridge. We don't shower. We don't do anything other than get in the pool because we're saving all our energy for that 1 or 2 minute race. And
Hmm.
my event was day 6, so I was fortunate enough that I got to walk in the opening ceremony, which was
Very cool.
it was incredible. Watching so many games on TV, over my lifetime, it's always
Hmm.
a really neat thing to watch the host country kind of present their culture, their music, and kind of their history of that particular maybe city. So it was always really cool to watch that. So to be able to participate in it and walk live on TV around the world was pretty amazing. Um,
Very.
as a hometown kid, I had connected with the local NBC affiliate. So Freddie Khalil from NBC Sports in Atlanta. Most people from Atlanta know who that is. Uh, they had given me like a handy cam, so I got to film stuff kind of behind the scenes, whether it was in the stands during the swimming competition or at the opening ceremony. So I have a whole bunch of bootleg footage somewhere. That
Cool.
he owns the rights to, so I can't broadcast that. But um, and parading down and making the walk from Old Fulton County Stadium to then the to
Hmm.
Turner Field, just across the one street was pretty amazing. I remember
Yeah.
walking across that street and seeing a couple of limos pull up, which was our dream team and the women's gymnastics team. So they didn't have to sit for 4 hours in Fulton County Stadium and get dehydrated
Right.
sitting in the stands or whatever. But we didn't care. We thought it was amazing that the handful of us that got to swim later in the week got to go and do that. Um,
Yeah.
and then just walking in, I was filming and I had this handy cam up, the old handy cams, and cresting kind of the top of the stadium to come down the ramp into Turner Field. Um, Starting to see all these flash bulbs go off as the Americans came in, and then my video fades to black. And
Hmm.
I didn't know what had happened. Then all of a sudden I realized that I had dropped my arms to my side, kind of in awe of being in that stadium at that moment.
Yeah.
Goosebumps talking about it. And I realized I was still recording. And then all of a sudden it comes back up and you see flash bulbs and the infield filled with all of the colors of all the nations and all of their uniforming out there and their opening ceremony clothing was just breathtaking. Uh,
Hmm.
Not as breathtaking as seeing Demi Moore along the track on the outside. She made my video because she and Bruce
Absolutely.
were there with the kids when they were little. And I do remember and I ended up seeing the broadcast later, but they threw a baseball caption up on me saying Eric Wunderlich, hometown Atlanta, Georgia, 200-meter breaststroke swimming. It was pretty amazing because the camera guy was right in my face. And of course, all the teammates jump in and are like, jumping over your shoulders. So I've got a tape of that somewhere, probably that same, Florida basement. Um, yeah, so that was pretty amazing experience just to go through the opening ceremony and then to sit around and wait until day 6 was like just nail biting, right? Watching everybody
Oh.
cheering for your teammates, hoping that these guys, win medals, and we're leading the medal count and seeing world
Hmm.
records fall and American records fall and other national records fall.
Hmm.
Pretty cool to sit there and watch all that.